Well, thank you so much to Senator Merkley, to Senator Schumer, Senator Durbin, Senator Rona, and these amazing leaders who are standing up to speak out for these kids. And let me just say, as a former teacher and as a mother and as a grandmother, I am appalled by the heartbreaking reports that are coming from our southern border. Instead of being met with open arms, families who left their homes and everything they know to escape violence and persecution and find safety here in our country are being degraded, dehumanized, and having their children snatched away. Even worse, we now know these children, some as young as infants, who just made the most strenuous, dangerous journey of their lives, are not getting the care, the attention, and the resources and support that they need. And they are being forced to live in unsanitary, unhealthy, and unsafe conditions that no parent would accept for their child. And every day we are learning new information about the absolute horrors that these children are experiencing day in and day out in these facilities, in our government's care, on our watch, from neglect to physical and mental abuse to sexual assault and tragically even death. This unconscionable humanitarian crisis on our southern border, manufactured by President Trump in service of his administration's hard-right, hateful, anti-immigration agenda, is a moral stain that upends our nation's proud legacy as a bastion of hope for people around the globe that has been built for decades and generations. And even more alarming, it left thousands of kids without proper food and clothing and medical care. I know I speak for my colleagues here today and the majority of the American people when I say I am livid at how President Trump and his administration are mistreating children in our country's care, even as we speak. And we cannot allow them to continue to harm children and run roughshod over our shared values. So I'm proud to stand here today with my colleagues to introduce the Stop Cruelty to Migrant Children Act that will establish important new guardrails and standards for the treatment of children and families seeking asylum, including ending the president's reckless practice of separating migrant children from their families, setting stronger health and safety standards for children and families in our care to make sure they have access to basic human necessities like soap, since even that appears to be a controversial notion to some, and more. To be clear, this legislation is just a step towards mitigating the harm done to these children and holding those responsible accountable. But it is a critical one we have to take immediately before the kids in our care are even further hurt and traumatized. So for the sake of children, I urge all of our colleagues to join us in this effort to protect the kids in our care. And I urge Senator McConnell and Republicans to stop standing by and instead act to stop these abuses. I'm not going to stop fighting. None of us are going to stop fighting until this is made right. Thank you.
Senator Durbin.